It feels like the first question to you after the election result has to be, are you still convinced that Brexit is going to happen?
I think it's possible now that Brexit doesn't happen. I think it's absolutely necessary that it doesn't happen, because I think every day is bringing us fresh evidence that it's doing us damage economically, certainly doing us damage politically. And I think that when people really reflect on why we wanted to do Brexit or why the country voted for it, then they can see that in respect of the immigration issue, the overwhelming majority of these European migrants who come into our country are people we actually need for various reasons. So I think as this thing goes on, the cost-benefit analysis of leaving becomes very clear. And then the question really is, have we got the political leadership in the country to try and explain to people what the different options are and guide us in a different direction?
So how would it come to a halt then? Would there be another referendum?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because you can obviously, I think public opinion is moving on it. Look, this time last year we were the fastest growing economy in the G7, we're now the slowest. Our savings ratio is at the lowest for 50 years. The investment community internationally has now gone really negative on us. Our currency's down 10, 12%. Investment in the motor car industry, for example, is down 30%. Living standards are stagnating. I mean, this is causing us real damage. That's beyond doubt. So the question is, in circumstances where the party leadership in both main parties is still committed to Brexit, how does it happen? And I think it happens if there is a strong movement for change out in the country that starts to impact on MPs. And how that happens, second referendum, votes in Parliament and so on, I think that, in a sense, you get to that later. The question is, can you get a clear sense from the people in the country that the will that they expressed last June is shifting?